When I was first given the knowledge, and I obviously been talking about that a lot recently, one of the areas that was integral to the knowledge and an area that I had literally absolutely no background in was the I Ching. And I've always been somebody who is inspired by what I see. And so for me, the beginning of my investigation of the I Ching was a deep, deep look at each of these strange hexagrams. For me, particularly then, they seemed inscrutable, I guess is a good word. And they became my meditation. It became the focus for me. I would look at them and think about them. And I would see them in their relationship in the wheel. What was next to what? The way in which the patterns worked, because the patterns were so beautiful. The wheel could be seen as divided in half. It could be seen as divided in quarters. It could be seen as divided in eighths and sixteenths. All you had to do was follow the pattern of the chops and how perfect they were. That every opposition is this miraculous mirror, truly a mirror, an inside-out mirror. How perfect it was. And I began to notice the obvious. That when the bottom two lines were the same, you were in the same quarter. You just began to see it. And when the bottom three lines were the same, you began to see that they were in the same house. That is the traditional I Ching of the 8 gates of a house. And then when you saw that the bottom 4 were the same, right beside each other, one after the other, you came to the mystery. I mean, for me, this mystery, you see, there is something, when you look at the quarter of a quarter, you're looking at such a deep, deep connection between those elements. And at the moment that you really think about those elements, when you take the 4 gates of a quarter, and you look at them within the body graph, it's quite something to see. I mean, it's quite something to understand that the majority of the chemistry is alike. There is a hidden, if you will, unifying principle in each of these quarters. And this unifying principle of each of these quarters fascinated me. There are 16 quarters.